Cardiff Tower, Air France735. We are at gate 10, request clearance to Paris Orly with information Quebec.
Air France735 cleared to Orly. Expect Bravo Charlie November 1 Alpha departure runway 30. Initial climb flight level 60. Then as file. Squawk 6553.
Clear to Paris Orly. Expect BCN 1 Alpha departure. Runway 30, initial climb flight level 60, then as file. Squawk 6553. Air France 735.
Air France735, readback is correct. Report when ready.
Report when ready, Air France 735.
Boarding requested. Passengers boarding started.
Boarding completed.
Terminé, merci. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The cabin crew is pleased to be joining on this flight. We are here to report your safety and well-being during the journey.
Cardiff Tower, Air France
Ladies and
735,
gentlemen, from the flight
ready for
deck, on
push
behalf of
and
myself,
start.
your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork
Air
up front here,
735
waiting to see
cleared
the
for
final
initial
numbers from the
start.
ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Clear for push and engine start, Air France 735.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear. Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines are clear. Start at will.
Bonjour et bienvenue à bord.
Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen.
Ce film concerne votre sécurité. Merci de nous accorder votre attention.
For your safety and comfort, please take a moment to watch the following safety video.
Chaque fois que ce signal est allumé, nous vous prions d'attacher votre ceinture.
Whenever the seatbelt sign is on, please make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened.
Nous vous recommandons de la maintenir attachée
Cockpit
de
to
façon
ground.
visible.
We have a
lorsque
good
vous
engine
êtes
start.
assis à votre
You can
siège.
disconnect.
We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened and visible at all times while sitting.
Pour détacher votre ceinture, soulevez la partie supérieure de la boucle.
To release the seatbelt, just lift the buckle.
Pendant le roulage, le décollage et l'atterrissage, veuillez redresser votre siège, ranger le porte-gobelet, la tablette et le repose-jambe. Pensez également à ouvrir le cache de votre hublot et profitez de l'avion.
Unlocking the nose gear.
During taxi, takeoff and landing, please fold away your tray table and cup holder. Put your seat in the upright position and retract your leg rest. Please also raise your window blind and enjoy the view.
Pour votre sécurité, tous les bagages, objets volumineux et appareils électroniques les plus lourds doivent être rangés dans les compartiments. Les accessoires seront placés sous le siège devant vous, à l'exception des places aux issues, bien entendu.
For your safety, please stow all baggage, bulky items, and larger electronic devices in the overhead compartments. Accessories can be stored under the seat in front of you, except for the seats at emergency exits, of course.
Les issues de secours sont situées de chaque côté de la cabine, à l'avant, au centre, à l'arrière.
Emergency exits are located on each side of the
Cardiff
cabin,
Tower,
at the
France
front, in the
735,
center, and at the
request
back.
taxi.
En cas d'évacuation, laissez vos bagages à leur place, suivez les signaux et les marquages lumineux au sol.
Air France735, taxi to holding point runway 30, via Alpha Charlie.
Les signaux rouges sont chargés de votre sécurité.
In case of evacuation, please leave all your belongings
Taxi to
behind.
holding point
Let the
runway
signs
30
before
via
it
Alpha
guide you
Charlie,
to the
Air
nearest exit.
France675.
Crew members wearing a red badge are responsible for your safety.
L'emplacement de votre gilet de sauvetage est indiqué sur une étiquette devant vous.
The location of your life jacket is clearly marked by a sign in front of you.
Passez la tête dans l'encolure. Attachez et serrez les sangles.
Place it over your head and pull the straps tightly around your waist.
Une fois à l'extérieur de l'avion, gonflez votre gilet en tirant sur la poignée rouge.
Inflate your life jacket by pulling down on the red handle. Do this only when you are outside the aircraft.
En cas de dépressurisation, un masque à oxygène tombera automatiquement devant vous.
If there is a sudden decrease in cabin pressure, your oxygen mask will automatically drop down in front of you.
Prenez votre masque, puis placez-le sur votre visage.
Take your mask and place it over your nose and mouth.
Une fois votre masque ajusté, il vous sera possible d'aider d'autres personnes.
Make sure your own mask is well adjusted before helping other passengers.
Ce vol est non-fumeur
This is a non-smoking flight.
et l'usage de la cigarette électronique n'est pas autorisé, y compris dans les toilettes.
It is forbidden to smoke electronic cigarettes, even in the toilets.
Les cigarettes électroniques doivent être conservées sur vous et leur recharge électrique est interdite.
Electronic cigarettes should be carried with you, and charging them on board is not permitted.
Vos appareils électroniques doivent être réglés en mode avion pendant toute la durée du vol, mais vous pouvez utiliser Wi-Fi et Bluetooth.
All electronic devices must be set to airplane mode for the duration of the flight, but you can continue to use Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
Les prises de courant ne doivent pas être utilisées durant le roulage, le décollage, l'approche et l'atterrissage, ou sur demande de l'équipage.
The electrical sockets must not be used during taxi, takeoff, approach and landing, or at the request of the crew.
En cas de fumée, de dégagement de chaleur, de chute ou de perte d'un appareil électronique, nous vous demandons de prévenir l'équipage et de ne pas manipuler votre siège.
Should you notice smoke or heat, or if you drop or lose your electronic device, we kindly ask you to call the crew member and not to move your seat.
Gardez toujours un œil sur vos appareils électroniques pendant leur chargement.
Always keep an eye on electronic devices while they are charging.
Nous allons bientôt décoller. La tablette, le porte-gobelet et le repose-jambes doivent être rangés et votre dossier redressé.
In
France
preparation for takeoff, please make
735,
sure your tray table
runway
and cup
30
holder
ready
are
for
stored
departure.
and secure, your leg rest retracted, and that your seat is in the upright position.
Air France735, wind 180 degrees at 11 knots. Runway 30 cleared for
We
takeoff.
invite everyone to read the safety information leaflet located in the seat back
Clear
pocket.
for takeoff, runway 30, Air France
Merci pour
735.
votre attention.
Thank you for your attention.
Au nom d'Air France, tout l'équipage vous souhaite un excellent vol.
On behalf of everyone at
Cardiff
Air
Tower,
France, we wish you a
200
very
on final
pleasant
30.
flight.
200, number 2, continue approach.
Continue approach. 200.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
up.
200.
Air France735, contact Bristol radar 125.65.
Contact Bristol radar 125.65, Air France 75. Bristol radar, Air France 75. Bravo Charlie November 1 Alpha departure, passing 2100, climbing to flight level 60.
FN735 identified. Continue flying flight level 60.
Continue climbing flight level 60, advance 75.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until your aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
FN735, contact Manchester Center 118.775.
Manchester Center 118.775, Air France 75. Manchester Center, Air France 75. Bravo Charlie November 1 Alpha departure, passing 5400, climbing to flight level 60.
FN735 identified. Continue climb flight level 60.
Continue climb flight level 60.
5396, contact London Centre runway decimal 475.
Contact London Centre 118.475, 5396.
Air France 735, continue climb flight level 210.
Continue climb to flight level 210 Air France 735.
Expect visual approach runway 25.
Expect visual approach runway 25, 278.
278, when ready to descend, maintain flight level 10.
When ready to descend and maintain flight level 10, 278. Fly heading 095, 278.
FN735, contact London Centre 118.475.
118.475 for Air France 75.
90611, flight heading 80. Descend flight level 30.
London Centre, Air France 75, inbound Oxford, passing flight level 200, climbing to flight level 210.
2586, wind 197 degrees at 13 knots. Clear to landline.
Clear to landline. 2586.
Air France735 identified. Continue flying flight level 330.
Continue climb to flight level 320, France 75.
Clear LS approach for established and localized. 88.
1440. Continue flying
4,001,448.
8867, established and localized.
1440. Flight heading 015. Contact Manchester Centre 118.775.
Fly heading 015. Manchester Centre 118.775. 1448.
8867. Contact Exeter Tower 119.805.
119.805, 8867.
5034. Flight heading 265. Descend flight level 20.
Flight heading 265. Descend flight level 20. 5034.
5396. Expect visual approach runway 23.
Expect visual approach runway 23. 5396.
London Centre, 90569, passing flight level 80, descending to flight level 30.
5396. When ready, descend and maintain flight level 10.
When ready to descend and maintain flight level 10. 5396.
90569. Radar contact. Continue descent 1700.
Continue descent 1700. 90569.
5034. Fly heading 265. Cleared ILS approach runway 26. Report established on report.
Fly heading 265. Cleared LS approach. Report established and localized. 5034.
2600. Turn left heading 300. Descend and maintain flight level 10.
Left heading 300. Descend and maintain flight level 10. 2600.
6519. Turn right heading 010. Descend flight level 20.
Right heading 010. Descend flight level 20. 6519. London Centre, 9611, passing flight level 40, descending to flight level 30.
London Centre, 8883, inbound Pacific 5064, passing flight level 50, climbing to flight level 60.
8883. Radar contact. Expect visual approach runway 12.
Expect visual approach runway 12. 8883.
90384. Fly heading 280. When ready, descend and maintain flight level 20.
Fly heading 280. When ready, descend and maintain flight level 20. 90384.
8883, descend and maintain flight level 10.
Descend and maintain flight level 10. 8883.
99949, contact Manchester Centre 118.775.
118.775. 99949.
1988, fly heading 015. When ready, descend and maintain flight level 20.
Fly heading 015. When ready, descend and maintain flight level 20. 1988.
2600, turn right heading 325.
Right heading 325. 2600.
2586, fly heading 350. Descend and maintain 1500.
Fly heading 350. Descend and maintain 1500. 2586.
2600, fly heading 005.
Fly heading 005. 2600.
754, fly heading 325. When ready, descend and maintain 1200.
Fly heading 325. When ready, descend and maintain 1200. 754.
5039, turn left heading 355.
Left heading 355. 5039.
London Centre. 7567, passing flight level 70, descending to flight level 30. 5034, established on local landing.
5039, turn right heading 070.
Right heading 070. 5039.
5034, contact Euro Tower 120.805.
Euro Tower 120.805, 5034.
7567, radar contact. Expect visual approach runway 12.
Expect visual approach runway 12. 7567.
5039, fly heading 085.
Fly heading 085. 5039.
9611, established on local landing.
6397, fly heading 270. Descend and maintain flight level 10.
Fly heading 270. Descend and maintain flight level 10. 6397.
961, contact Fairfield Tower 124.8.
Fairfield Tower 124.8, 90611.
6485, fly heading 270. Descend and maintain flight level 10.
Ladies and
Flight heading
gentlemen, let's get to the flight deck.
Descend and maintain flight level 10.
We've just reached our cruise altitude for the
6485.
flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your seat belts clear from the aisle.
direct
as the flight
Delta
attendants will be coming through the cabin and
Descend
galley
flight
quite
level
shortly.
40.
Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating near the front galley where the flight
Direct
deck
Delta
door is located.
068
Thank
NG.
you.
Descend flight level 40. 3485.
7567, fly heading 195. Continue descent flight level 10.
Fly heading 195. Continue descent flight level 10. 7567.
6519, turn right heading 050.
Right heading 050. 6519.
2600, turn left heading 350.
Left heading 350. 2600.
5039, turn left heading 070.
Left heading 070. 5039.
6485. Expect visual approach runway 12.
Expect visual approach runway 12. 6485.
90569. Turn right to heading 110.
Right heading 110. 90569.
7567. Turn right to heading 225.
Right heading 225. 7567.
6519. Turn right to heading 330.
Right heading 330. 6519.
90437 heavy. Cleared ILS approach runway 26. Report established on localize.
Cleared ALS approach report established on localize. 90437 heavy.
2600. Fly heading 100. Cleared visual approach runway 12. Report runway inside.
Fly heading 100. Cleared visual approach, report runway inside. 2600.
5039. Fly heading 125. Cleared visual approach runway 18. Report runway inside.
Fly heading 125. Cleared visual approach, report runway inside. 5039.
2600. Runway inside.
5039, runway inside.
2600. Wind 1890 degrees at 14 knots. Cleared to land. Runway 12.
Cleared to land. Runway 12. 2600.
5039. Wind 197 degrees at 13 knots. Cleared to land 18.
Clear to land. Runway 18. 5039.
6485. Fly heading 220.
Fly heading 220. 6485.
4635. Proceed direct Romeo November 504.
Direct Romeo November 504. 4635.
7567. Fly heading 205.
Fly heading 205. 7567.
6397. Fly heading 260. Cleared visual approach runway 23. Report runway in sight.
Fly heading 260. Cleared visual approach, report runway in sight. 6397.
1594. Fly heading 275. Descend and maintain flight level 10.
Fly heading 275. Descend and maintain flight level 10. 1594.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain
6397 runway inside.
Please check the seat pocket for
6485. Fly
Wi-Fi
heading 290.
If you need any assistance, ask for one of our
Fly heading 290. 6485.
6397. Wind 159 degrees. Cleared to land. Runway 23.
Cleared to land. Runway 6397.
7567. Fly heading 165. Cleared visual approach runway 12. Report runway inside.
Fly heading 165. Cleared visual approach, report runway inside. 7567.
7331. Turn right to heading 275. Descend and maintain flight level 10.
Right heading 275. Descend and maintain flight level 10. 7331. 7567. Runway inside.
6485. Fly heading 265.
Fly heading 265. 6485.
7567. Continue approach.
Continue approach. 7567.
3485. Direct Delta 068 India. Cleared Delta 068 India transition.
Direct Delta 068 India. Cleared Delta 068 India transition. 3485.
7567. Wind 159 degrees, 12 knots. Cleared to land. Runway 12.
Clear to land 12. 7567.
6485, turn right heading 300.
Right heading 300. 6485.
3485, continue descent flight level 30.
Continue descent flight level 30. 3485.
382, expect visual approach runway 22.
Expect visual approach runway 22, 382.
2513, direct Oscar Romeo Sierra. Continuous file.
Direct Oscar Romeo Sierra, 2513.
382, contact Price Radar 124.28.
124.28, 382.
90182, see direct Nostrum. Descend 3000.
Direct Nostrum. Descend 3000. 90182.
7331, fly heading 260.
Fly heading 260. 7331.
Air France 735, contact Massey Center 124.5.
Contact Marseille Center 124.5 Air France 735.
64299, descend flight level 240.
Marseille Center Air France 75 inbound A320 at flight level 330.
Air France 735, identified. Maintain flight level 330.
Maintain flight level 230 Air France 75.
437, descend flight level 240.
Descend flight level 240. 437.
Air France 735, expect Bob's 9 Whiskey, arrival Oscar Delta India 1 Whiskey transition ALS approach runway 25.
Expect Bob 9 Whiskey arrival on Oscar Delta November Whiskey transition ALS approach runway 25.
Air France 735, when ready to send flight level 190.
When ready, descent at level 190, transfer 75.
Continue descent flight level 100.
Continue descent flight level 100. 437. flight level 240, 1269.
On the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated till the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for a ride.
1269, continue descent 3200.
Continue descent 3200.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, your captain speaking. We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your feet and elbows clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley cards shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating in the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Expect Alice approach runway 21.
Expect Alice approach runway 21. 1269.
1269, when ready descend flight level 240.
When ready descend flight level 240. 1269.
Air France735, contact or approach 124.45.
Contact Orly approach 124.45. Orly approach, France 75 inbound SORA, passing flight level 200, descending to flight level 190.
Air France 735, radar contact, continue descent flight level 130.
Continue descent flight level 130, Air France 75.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up,
Air France 735, clear tops 9, Whiskey arrival, Oscar Delta, India 1 Whiskey transition.
Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Clear to Bob 7 9 Whiskey, arrival, odd 1 Whiskey transition, cancel 75.
gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, Captain speaking. We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your feet elbows square from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley carts shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating in the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Air France735, continue descent flight level 110.
Continue descent flight level 110, cancel 75.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for a ride.
All approach 8464 at flight level 100.
8464, radar contact. When ready, descend and maintain flight level 30.
When ready, descend and maintain flight level 30. 8464.
Fly heading 190, descend and maintain 3000.
Fly heading 190. Descend and maintain 3000. 3078. 3075, 3078.
3078, turn right heading 235. Cleared ALS approach runway 25 right. Report established on localize.
Right heading 235. Cleared ALS approach, report established on localizer 3078.
Air France 735, fly heading 060.
Air France 735, heading 060.
Established on localizer.
3078, continue approach.
Continue 3078.
Contact Orly Tower 118.7.
Orly Tower 118.7, 3078.
Air France 735, turn right heading 075.
Right heading 075.
849 fly heading 200, descend and maintain flight level 30.
Flight heading 200. Descend and maintain flight level 30. 849.
Air France 735, turn right heading 090.
Right heading 090.
Turn left heading 175.
Left heading 175. 849.
Air France 735, turn left heading 070. Continue descent flight level 30.
Say again, please. Left heading 070, continue descent flight level 30.
Air France 735, turn left heading 070. Continue descent flight level 30. 849, flight heading 245. Clear the LS approach runway 25. Report established and localizing.
Flight heading 245. Cleared ALS approach, report established on localizer. 849.
Madame, monsieur, notre atterrissage est imminent. Veuillez attacher un petit ajusté.
849, established on localizer.
Dressez le dossier de votre fauteuil, branchez votre tablette. Le porte-gobelet.
Air France 735, turn left heading 010. Maintain speed 210.
Votre siège est ouvert tous les caches clos. Il est interdit de fumer et la cigarette électronique n'est pas autorisée.
Heading 010, speed 210.
Et vous rappelons qu'en cas d'évacuation, vous devrez laisser
849, continue approach.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be landing
Continue. 849.
Fasten that just above. Please put your seat back for your flight.
Air France 735, turn right heading 115.
Order on your portrait. Disconnect anywhere from the exit PC or build submit and open all the lines.
Right heading 115.
Recommend that your safety cabin passenger. I remember
Air France 735, turn right heading 060.
You must have all your baggage here.
Flight heading 060, Air France735.
849er, contact Orly Tower 118.7.
Orly Tower 118.7, 849er.
Air France735, flight heading 255. Cleared ALS approach runway 25. Report established on localizer.
Heading 255, clear to LS approach, but establish on localizer. Air France 75. Establish on localizer Air France 75.
Air France 735, continue approach.
Continue approach Air France 75.
Air France 735, contact Orly Tower 118.7.
Orly Tower 118.7, France 75. Tower, France 75, on final runway 25.
Air France 735, wind 178 degrees at 8 knots. Cleared to land, runway 25.
Clear to land, runway 25, Air France 75.
2,500. 1000. One thousand. 500. 400. 100 above. 300. 200. Minimum. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Auto brake off.
Air France 735, when vacated, contact ground 121.815.
When vacated, contact ground 121.825. Orly ground, Air France 75, runway vacated.
Air France 735, taxi to gate 24. Bell Charlie.
Taxi to gate 24 via Charlie.